So our final talk of this session, we're going to get into something a little more applied. We talked about predation. We know predation is a big issue, especially in the early life history stages. So what are some ways that we can manage around that? And so our next speaker is Keiichero Hamano. He needs no introduction, so we will pass it off to him to talk about how folks from Japan deal with predators.
Hi again, I'm Kei. I'm, I'm explaining the success of the predators of scalp and control predation in Japan. These slides are made by Dr. Kosaka and Koji. I'm working closely with Koji in Hokkaido. So the success of scalp seed production and sowing culture depends on how well predators are controlled. Regarding predators on natural spot collection, you may not be able to collect any seeds entirely if you don't control the predators. So during spot collection, this is the ice pots and juvenile starfish feed the spots in a collector. And one predator feeds more than 100 spots per day. It is necessary to prevent these predators from entering the collectors or to remove them properly. This is isopods. In the mouth of isopods, there are numerous hard teeth, like metal brushes, which it uses to break the shell, scalps, and eat them. If 10 isopods invade a seed collector, 100,000 scalps will be eaten within 40 days. Predator control can also lead to successful scalp production in sowing scalp fishing grounds. So these are two major predators in sowing area. One is Pacific, and two is North Pacific giant octopus.
The right picture is the image eaten by octopus. Octopus, they collect the scalps in the nests and break the shell before eating them, like starfish. So this is the pictures of Japanese native species. There are like 4, 5 species of sea stars in Japan, but these are two major sea stars. So these are two ways to remove sea stars from seabed. One is dredging, and the one is the star mop. This is Leslie Ann explained it yesterday in Canada. So Japanese Fishing Co. invented this star mop, which is made by cotton. It's like our clothes, but it's really hard to remove a starfish from the star mop because it entangles. But this one works really good. So the value of the predators. So the scalp fishing ground become octopus fishing grounds for 2 to 3 years after scalp release until harvest in Japan. And octopus is very expensive, and buyers buy octopus with really good money. So the scalp fishing ground can be an octopus fishing ground.
This graph is made by Koji. So 70% of released scalps were captured within the first year after release, after sowing. But scallops get gradually resistant to starfish predation as they grow. This is the picture. This photo shows devastating predation damage caused by starfish in a fishing ground where scallops were released for the first time on the eastern coast of Hokkaido. This looks like, it's not farming scallops, but farming like sea stars. Lots of sea stars coming to the fishing ground and eat the scallops out. And complete removable of like predators in fishing ground is challenging, almost impossible. But it's worse to remove sea stars as much as possible from the fishing ground. So this graph shows starfish can only capture on scallops up to 60 to 70% of their arm lengths. So if the scallops grow larger, it's harder for starfish to eat scallops. That's why intermediate layering is very important. Before sowing, the scallops must be like grow 4 to 5 centimeters or like bigger. And right graph shows starfish gets active in warm water. So in winter time, they move little and they eat little. This graph shows the relationship between released scalp size and quantity. The figure shows scalp survival rates based on size and release density. With one starfish present, in case A, left one, scalp survival is affected by both size and density. While in case B, like only size matters. It depends on this species of like starfish. This is a movement of frequency of predator invasion. So Koji put ultrasonic transmitter onto a starfish and then check how quickly the starfish move on the fishing ground. So beyond controlling released scalps, it's essential to consider predators' mobility and movement patterns. So Koji conducted behavioral tracking of starfish in actual fishing grounds by attaching ultrasonic transmitters. And Koji found that starfish are particularly active in spring and moving like 100 meters, like 100 meters in 5 days and 500 meters in 1 month. Understanding predator invasion speed and frequency is crucial. Implications of installing buffer zones, we call it. So when making like scalp fishing ground, like zone A, zone B, zone C, fishermen in Hokkaido creates buffer zones. So after removing starfish from the fishing ground and buffer zones, and then releasing scalps into fishing ground, and we can prevent immediate starfish invasion. This allows scalps allows scallops time to disperse and grow before starfish can re-enter the area. This method efficiently protects scallops with minimal effort. So I wanna talk this about this yellow machine. So this robot is you can research on the internet. This AUV called COTSbot, COTS BOT. This robot is made by Professor Matthew Dumbovin from Queensland University of Technology. So I personally made a non-disclosure agreement with him to use this robots in Japan. So as I showed you yesterday, we have like scalp detection software. So I tried to transport the software onto the hardware. Actually, it worked. And I was going to introduce this AUV. This AUV is, you see the arms, and then at the top tip of the arm, there is some needle. And to kill like starfish, if you break it in two parts, like starfish becomes like several individuals. But if you inject vinegar in the center of starfish, it dies like in 24 hours. So these robots find starfish by themselves and then inject vinegar in the body. So I imagine like 50 to 100 AUVs, like patrol George's Bank, and inject like 10,000 like shots in a day, and come back to like supply station and charge the battery and charge the vinegar autonomously. Actually, I'm on the way. So I'm looking for investor or like partners that I can work with. But we shouldn't forget that sea stars have like very important role. It's the sea stars is like we call it a keystone species. They are scavengers. They eat dead fish on the benthic, so they make the environment very like clean, healthy. So removing like too much sea stars isn't very good, but removing like proper numbers of sea stars is good for like scallop farming. So these are summaries, but there are two important points. The first one, the release size of scalp is very important, like 4 centimeters or like 5 centimeters per individual. And the larger scalps are less vulnerable like to predation. And one more thing is while predator control is necessary, it's important to balance it with ecological considerations, as predators like starfish play like key roles in coastal system. Thank you.